All right, I got your attention. Do I have your attention? Okay. Now, this is an interesting kind of tea because this ain't nobody business tea, but it's your business tea. You understand me? Now, I don't know how long you've been here, but if you've been here long enough, you know I might do you a story time. I might have a little message for that ass. Might be music, okay? Might even be a little small talk. But today, of all days, bitch, I come bearing a tea of a message. Okay? Now, you girls might have came in here for something, but you finna get it. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Kiwan? Now, this is surrounding relationships, okay? When the last time I brought you some real, unfiltered motherfucking knowledge? Just alive, just for the knowledge. That's what this is today, okay? Now, if you got your blunts ready, if you in place, and you ready to join the conversation, say, I raise your blunt and pipe that hoe, okay? Now, where I want to start this off, and this is going to be very quick, it's going to be effective, and you're going to get this information, walk away with it, and you'll thank me later, okay? This is from my findings, updated findings about relationships, okay? Now, I want to start with saying this. Every relationship, whether it has felt good, felt fun, or felt tough and challenging, is good for you. Every single relationship you have picked in your entire life, including the nigga you hate so much, you looking at me? Even him, is good for you. Do you understand that? Let that sink in for a second. Spark my blunt. What up, MB? What up, Anthony? I see you said your eye, you got that blunt lit. Now, what do I mean by every relationship, even the nigga you hate, is good for you? Every person you meet and connect with on a deeply spiritual level was brought into your life purposefully. Sure, you had the autonomy to go pick them, it to not work out, and that to make you feel like you picked the wrong person. Hey, Stephanie. However, there is something supernatural, divine, that brought you two into one another's eyesight, space, connection. There was something that you needed to take from the experience of this person, something that needed to be revealed to you about who you are, what you need, what you are missing about your story within that person. How many times have you been in a relationship with somebody that you now reflect on and you say, that nigga was never the right person for me. I went through this. He put me through this. He put me through that. And then you reflect on that and then you write that relationship off as something that you should have avoided. The truth of the matter is, every single relationship you've been in your life, you were supposed to be in. All of them. If you have a relationship, however, that you can reflect on and you feel like that relationship took so much from you by the end of it that you resent that person, here's the tea, baby. The tea is you brought it on yourself. Unintentionally, innocently, naively, but you brought it on yourself. Why? When he was a fuckboy that said he was honest and convinced you of who he was, how are you responsible for that? You know the answer to it? The only way you are responsible for the resentment you feel toward the relationship, not because that resentment isn't related to the fact that it happened. No. That resentment is related to the fact that when it happened, you stayed. Because see, staying past the breaking point, the end, the ride of the relationship is where the negativity comes in. Every single of those relationships you've ever been in, you were supposed to be in. However, there comes a point in every relationship. You ever hear the statement for, what is it, a moment, a lifetime, or a season? Some of these are a season. And then that season passes. However, you've told yourself what this love relationship is supposed to be now. what it's supposed to mean for your future. You've decided to plan the rest of your life with this person. You are now attached to the idea of this person. That don't mean the universe is attached to that idea. The lesson's done. So by you continuing to be there, you are the reason for the resentment you feel later because you did not know when to get off of your ride. Sometimes it's not so much the person you were with as much as your own unwillingness to move away from that, move forward from that. See the big picture that every relationship is serving you, no matter how good or bad it feels, and you must approach them with the understanding that that's what they're there for. Each time you walk into a relationship, you cannot approach it with the idea that it's nice to, but you cannot rest and settle into the idea that it must be permanent. If it feels good, if it seems good, because it is good. Now, in this moment, it still has life. In this moment, it still serves purpose. When that moment ceases, so should that relationship. So that you may move forward, having interacted with someone who's simply human, who made mistakes, who, if they're able to admit them, you can at least put in perspective, no matter how wrong they did you, how wrong they were to you throughout that relationship, you can put in perspective why they, as a human being, made the choices they made. That now makes you more informed about human experiences, how people can be versus what you thought about the world before. That gives you the space to move forward in your life, better being able to identify what you are looking for in a partner, who you are as a partner, what you need for yourself, what can be compromised, what cannot. Many of these times when you are done wrong in a situation, it is to bring you your greatest outcome. You know why? Because there's an opportunity for you in your own individual journey to honor yourself, to show strength and resilience from whatever has just occurred, and prioritize you first in the moment. Something that once this is over, once your healing process begins, you will resonate with the fact that, oh my God, I'm strong. Oh my God, I'm capable. Oh my God, I came first. This feels great. That encourages more of that same self-honoring behavior. However, when you allow that relationship to mean more than your own honor, your own personal journey means to you, that is where you end up resenting. And you end up blaming him for the years that you spent losing years off of your life. You gave those years away, my love. You gave them away because you were not willing to get off the ride. I simply come to you today with that awareness from my own personal experiences. Okay, as an update that we all must understand, put in perspective that every relationship you've ever been in, what you were supposed to be in. You were supposed to take information from it. Every time a relationship does not work out here forward, do not get caught up in the details of that circumstance. Look at the bigger picture of what was that relationship there to tell you. Because that's all they're for, is to be the deepest mirror to you. Because your mother, your daddy, your best friend, your sister, your cousin can all tell you things about yourself that you need to change, work on, improve upon, whatever. And you can dismiss them from everything else you know about them. And then here comes somebody you decide to fall in love with. And now they reveal these things to you. All of a sudden, it becomes so much more valuable for you to work on this thing, to keep that person or become aware of yourself in order to survive that relationship. Understand that relationships are this thing that will push you to a place you won't allow anything else in life. And with that understanding, they are purposeful in being a driver to grow you. But let them serve their purpose and their purpose only. Their purpose is not to break down your self-esteem, to take away your spirit, none of that. If you find yourself in a situation that is now doing that and anything outside of an isolated basis, you are now moving into the territory where you must ask yourself, am I on a ride that has ended? Am I overstaying my welcome on this ride? Because if I am, no matter what I choose to do, whether I choose to get off or stay on, I must acknowledge, be aware of, and take accountability for the fact that I am choosing to make my own life emotional health harder. I am disservicing myself. And as long as we have that awareness, when we decide that we want to stay, well, then we will have perspective when things are going awry. The next time it happens, maybe that'll wake you up. But if you allow yourself to lie to yourself, and you allow yourself, no matter who's doing you dirty, to be a victim to, if you allow yourself, no matter who's doing you dirty, to be a victim, to be a victim to their treatment. Oh, he just keeps doing me wrong. Well, you're not a victim anymore. You're complicit. Because only one person in this entire universe is responsible for your journey and your outcomes, and that would be you. One. Your best friend's responsible for theirs. Now, we can assist one another in our individual journeys, but it's ours. You spend your entire life alone. Do you know where you are alone? Inside of that. This. Can't nobody join me in here. Can't nobody help me in here. They can't get in here. This is a singular journey. And it is my job, your job, to protect your singular journey before any interpersonal relationship. That is true honor, because you are with you until the end of this road. Leave yourselves open to the idea of love. Be ye not a fool. Be discerning in everything you put yourself into, but you will never be perfect. You will never be a mind reader, okay? Allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to continue to see yourself being able to love. Understanding what the purpose of it is. That if it doesn't work out again, that doesn't mean you should just throw it all away. Or if someone does something to you, that means you throw it all away. No, that means that there was more lessons for you to take. And if you allow yourself to be receptive enough to take them, then you continue to move closer and closer to what it is that you were ultimately supposed to have. But like all other areas of our lives, we must be diligent and continue to work in order to get there. And be aware of what it is we're doing correctly, incorrectly, that we may make the proper corrections to get us to the outcome we want. So I hope this message was helpful. As you can see, it just spit off of me because this has been on my spirit. It is directly connected to where I am in my own space. And I felt that I needed to give you that information because I feel like that if that helped me that much, giving it that clarity, that perspective, it had to be impactful to somebody else. It's your friend King David. Have a blessed, positive, productive, and last but certainly not least, encouraged night. I'll talk to you later. If you appreciated this, if this is something you think somebody else can use, share the shit. All right? I'll talk to you later. Deuces.